Okay, that's live music today, believe it or not, here at WNCW. Lotus, Eat the Light is the name of the song. It's the title track to the latest CD.
Yeah. Well, one has different. Eats the light and eat the light, but yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. That was Eats the Light. Yeah.
Very, very, very similar.
Yeah, no, I get it. There's this nuance. That's awesome. How long does it is so layered and so much going on? How long does it take you to work the song to that point?
It's actually usually more a process of subtraction. Actually, a lot of addition and then subtraction. But I don't know. They can take anywhere from a month to a year or so, just working on it in various arrangements and stuff.
Do you work like on the road in front of an audience, or do you get them really where you want them first before you bring them out?
For this album, we worked just in the studio before we brought them out live. So yeah, just at home.
Okay, I always, you probably get tired of hearing this, but just the writing, composing process, like where does that tune begin?
So that was one of my tunes, and usually I'm kind of just starting at home with different patterns, kind of getting something going. I figure if I can play it on guitar, Mike's going to be able to play it on guitar. And, I can't play drums, but I can program some drums. So we kind of get a pretty good arrangement going, and then we bring it to the band and kind of start to work up really getting the feel together. And then, like Luke said, it's kind of taking things into the studio, trying things out, kind of then starting to like strip it down to what we think the essence of the song is.
Yeah. There's so much going on. There's all the jamming and there's all these parts and all the stuff and the samples, but it's really musical. I mean, it's just music. It's a song.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we try to pay really close attention to have everything be layered, but like fit in their own space. So it's kind of this interlocking gear situation.
Yeah. Awesome. I know you guys have been around a long time. What, 1999? Is that when the whole thing?
Yeah, roughly. That's when we started in college. Yeah.
Yeah. What's been the evolution of the sound like to get to this point?
I think it was kind of, if you track it on a graph, it charts with like how much equipment we could afford to buy. But yeah, kind of moving from just basic guitar, drum, bass to like adding synthesizers, percussion, samples, electronics, and then figuring out how all that works together.
Yeah, I kind of think about it more than just like a line. It's more of like an expansion, like a balloon expanding. Like I think at the same time that we've incorporated more electronic elements, we've also incorporated more rock elements. So it's just kind of incorporating, fitting more things into what makes up the Lotus sound.
Yeah. That point where where rock and electronica or jam and electronica kind of meet, when you went there, did that? How did that do with your audience? Did that alienate people? Did that bring people on board? Did that change how you?
I think sometimes people get like, if they're not used to it, get scared by like seeing this kind of stuff. But for us, it like goes back to things like Talking Heads and Kraftwerk, and even like the Miles stuff that you were playing, where there's those things, the electronic elements and the rock elements were never that far apart in the history of music. I think it's been much more recently that it became more divided. So we're kind of going back to that tradition.
But I would bet there's festivals or things where the acts before you on stage don't have instruments at all, right? They've got a computer.
Yeah, sometimes we do those.
Yeah. So what's that? I mean, when you come up with instruments, how does that?
I think it usually goes off well. I mean, it's definitely a more compelling live experience, at least from my point of view, to see people play and be able to react to the audience that way instead of just, I mean, I like DJs too, but it's watching somebody pump his fist is not nearly as exciting to me as watching the music happen live.
Yeah. I was talking with someone in the hallway coming down here, like, there's just something about the visual element of a guy hitting a drum instead of punching a keypad or something.
Definitely.
Yeah. So Lotus is the band. The show is at the Orange Peel Nashville, 2 shows, Friday night and Saturday night. What time do those get going? Dennis could probably look that up.
8 o'clock, I think.
You guys, is there an opener on there? Do you know?
Yeah, Higher Learning, I think, is the opener.
Yeah. So I know you tour a lot. Where are you in this tour right now?
This is the very beginning. We start the full tour next week in San Diego.
And I wonder, as the tour goes along, do you get better? Like, do you really start to nail down where you're going with it, or do you reach a point where you're coasting? Where's it more fun? Where's it more challenging?
I feel like it's night to night. So, I mean, touring is definitely very exhausting. So sometimes you can feel really tired, but you come in and the audience is just really picks you up and really can help take the show to a place you thought it might not be able to get to.
Yeah. I know that the live band, the live show is a thing with you guys, sort of legendary for that, the taping and the whole 9 yards. So folks get a chance to see for themselves again this weekend, Friday night, Saturday night at the Orange Peel. You want to, real quick, who's in the band? You want to introduce who's with us today?
Yeah, we got Mike Greenfield on drums.
Yes, indeed.
We got Chuck Morris on percussion.
A lot of percussion.
Jesse Miller on bass and sampler. Mike Rempel on lead guitar. My name's Luke Miller. I play keyboards and rhythm guitar. And today we got special guest Gabe Otto on vocals.
Yeah, thanks, Gabe. Very good.
Thank you.
Cool. Yeah, adds a whole nother dimension, too. So I'm glad you got the vocalist in with this. Lotus playing live today. The new CD that we've been playing came out, what, in July, something like that?
Yeah.
It's called Eat the Light, and it's sort of a live variation on what that sounds like.